Hey there, traders. This is Sean Kozak here, tuning in again with Tickblaze and the Tickblaze Marketplace. And wow, am I excited for this video. As you know, we've got a very large algo component to the business, and we work with a lot of very unique trading systems, especially in the order flow department. Now, for months, what we've been doing is we've been basically behind the scenes building the all new stacked signal system. Now, why would I even put together a video for this to get you to come to our webinar? Well, because there is something that has never been done before, and we're about to literally rip the band-aid off for automated trading and order flow. Now, the reason why order flow and automation go hand in hand is because order flow can be a very, very difficult concept for traders, especially in real time when the market's moving so fast that you can hardly see what's taking place. But what's even more powerful is understanding that there's a lot of different trade signal and trade signal logic that goes on inside of the candles. Now, many of you may or may not know what some of these signal logic names mean, but let me just kind of touch the surface for a second, explain what we're basically talking about. Inside of candles, we have a lot of order flow data that is basically moving. And as you can see on this candle here, like you've got bars, there's volume, and then there's colors, and there's dots, and there's lines, and there's numbers. And all of it makes sense to some degree, right? Well, to somebody who doesn't understand what all this information is, it can be overwhelming. But what's more important is when all of the data comes together to tell us something major is about to happen. And as you can see here, I've put together a little list on the right-hand side. And I've got a list of some names, and I'm just going to explain what these are. We have a stacked imbalance. We have a volume divergence. We have a trap trader. We have a delta divergence. We have a flush reversal. We have confluence. We have big money print, and we have the heat map. Now, why is this important? Because these are literally the entire signal suite inside of the order flow software that we've built. And what ends up happening is that once in a while, you're going to have bars that are going to have one or two of these signals on a candle. And you might get a little bit of a move or you might get a little bit of a reaction, but very rarely does it give you enough confidence for you to be like, wow, okay, this is an amazing setup, right? Well, what we did was we created a system that looks for the bars where all of these signals are stacking up on the same candle. And this is why we call it the Stacked Signal System Algo, is because we're basically stacking the entire gambit of order flow data onto a bar. Now, why is this critical? Well, you can see here, we've got these green arrows here. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signals literally all happening on this candle. And that's exactly what this algo is doing. It's basically looking for all 5 of those signals. And when you're basically going to see the trade happen is when the candle closes and bam, you get a huge move out of these rotations. Now, why is this important? Well, you're never going to be able to see this in real time. This has to be something that is done with a system. Normally, a computer algorithm has to calculate this information because it's really hard for the human brain to process, right? Now, let me kind of zoom in here and show you what this looks like, right? You can see that there's a lot going on inside these candles. Let me go down and show you another example. Here's a great example of this candle here. You can see price chopped around a little bit, price chopped around a little bit, and then all of a sudden, bam, something happened inside that candle. And all of a sudden, we got 4 stacked signals all lining up on the same candle. And then you get the signal here, and then boom, great day trade. Let's keep going and show you some other examples. Take a look at this one. Okay, here's a great example of the market is basically trading sideways, push, 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 push. And then all of a sudden you get, bam, you get 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, confluence, delta divergence, heat map, trap trader, all on the same candle. And then this is where you get the scalp trades, right? This is where you get the great trades for day trading, especially for prop firms. Let's continue down. Let's take a look at this scalp setup here. Here's a great example of another one. It basically gives you 4 signals and it drops down. You can take a look here. Here's another example here. This was one here, but this is going against the trend. So we wouldn't be trading that one. Obviously, we want to be filtering them with direction. Here's another great example, right? You can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 stacked signals. Everything lines up on that candle, and bam, we get a huge reaction from this candle. And this is so important because you're never going to be able to catch this in real time without using software. Like, you'll never be able to see this and be able to execute in real time. And you can see here that on this candle, there's nothing, you would never know that in that single bar you're going to get a reaction. And then all of a sudden you get all of the confluence, the delta divergence, trap trader, volume divergence, heat map algo, and then wham. It's literally a reaction and explosion. Now, as a day trader, what's really cool is that your stops are really tight. Like, you do not need a big stop and target for these because the software is going to give you huge reactions right away, and it's going to give you a push to whichever side the signal is. Here's a great example of the markets trading down, right? You can see the market's trading down, 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 a little bit of sideways chop, comes down, and then bam, all of a sudden there's 4 stacked signals all lining up. And you can see on the right-hand side, right, the candles are coming down, sideways price action, pushing down, and then for whatever reason on this bar, that's where all the buyers step in. And all of the data is all within the stacked signals, and then basically it gives you a huge trade, right? Now, as a day trader, these are big trades. Like, you're risking very small stops for very big targets, and you don't need a lot of move out of the market. And you can see how this unfolds here as well. Same concept, you get several stacked signals on the bar, you get a big reaction. So I wanted to put together this. My team and I have been compiling this information to show you because it really is something to be excited about. Very rarely do we get excited about strategies that, you know, you can automate that have huge alpha. And this strategy is something that we've been excited about for such a long time now. It's just taken a very long time to code because there's a lot going on inside of the order flow data. So I want to welcome you to the webinar that we're going to be hosting here very shortly. I hope this video is enough for you to see the value in this. We hope that you can join us because we're going to be giving away free software. We're going to be giving away extremely huge discounts. And this is a system that I can't wait to show you the results, the back testing, the optimization. You're going to love it. Traders, I look forward to seeing you in the Stacked Signal System Algo launch event. Take care, and we'll see you on the charts.